Hello, grade 10s. I am doing this question paper for question 1 for you guys. We're going to do 1.1 and 1.2 respectively. So this is the November 2018 question paper, mathematics paper 1. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get into the video, guys. So here we have to factorize. That's what we have to be doing. So I'm going to start factorizing 1.1.1. We have 4x minus 3 to the power minus x to the power of 3. So we open a bracket. What is appearing on both terms is x. So x can go outside. It's a common factor. So we will have 4 because 4 times x will give us 4x. Now here we'll have x. Now we will have 2 x's here, x to the power of 2. Now the multiplication rule, not the multiplication, the exponent rule says when the bases are the same, we add the exponents. This is to the power of 1. So this x, this 1 plus this 2 makes it x to the power of 3, makes it 3. So we still have x to the power of 2. We can still expand this. We can factorize this bracket as well. Not x, sorry. This will be 2, and this here will also be 2. 2 times 2 will give us 4, and then we will have a minus. This will be x, and this will be minus x. So we will end there. Now we also have x squared plus 15x minus 54. Now we have to look for the multiples of 54. Which numbers can we multiply that will give us 54? But when we subtract or add, they will give us 15. Now when I look at multiplication table, that is 18 and 3. So we will have x squared plus 15x minus 54. You have to do 2 brackets. This is a quadratic equation, and we can have x here, and then plus 18 and minus 3. So when you say 18 times 3, that will give you 54. When you say 18 minus 3, that will give you a 15. So we have solved this one. And then we have 1.1.3, which is y minus xy plus x minus y. So we are expected to factorize this. What I will do is focus on this 2 terms and this ones separately. So we will have y minus x y and x minus 1 separated by a plus. So the common factor here is y. Then we'll have 1 because 1 times y is y minus x. X times y is yx or xy plus here we have x and negative 1. So outside here we need to have negative 1, and inside here we will have 1 and we'll have minus x. This negative 1 times this positive 1 will give us negative 1. This negative 1 times this negative x will give us a positive x. So that is like this: y 1 minus x minus 1 minus x. So what you will need to have here is that these brackets have to be the same. Oh, the final answer will be y minus 1 and 1 minus x. If you multiply these things, we will take you back here. When you multiply these two brackets. All right, now we have 1.2.1. We have x plus 2 in times x squared minus x plus 3 in the next bracket. So what you are going to do here is to say x minus this x, that will be x to the power of 3. Remember, the bases are the same, you add the exponents. So x times this one here, that will be negative x squared. X times this 3, that will be plus 3x. Now 2 times this x squared, that will be 2x squared. Then 2 times this negative x, that will be negative 2x, and 2 times 3, that will be 6. Now we're gonna look at the like terms. X cubed doesn't have any like term, but we have negative, this is 1 here, plus 2. In your calculator you say negative 1 plus 2, and that will give you 1. So we will have plus x squared, because there's only 1 that will be left, and then we have 3x minus 2x, and that will be plus x plus 6, and we cannot go any further. This is the answer. All right, now we are here. We have to look for the lowest common factor. So when you have a plus and a minus in between these fractions, you must look for LCD. If it's a plus here and a minus, you look for LCD. But if it's a divide and multiplication, you do absolutely a different thing. So the LCD, what we are trying to achieve here is to have the denominator the same here and the same here. So we'll say the denominator is x plus 3, 2 minus x, right? So what we are going to do is to add 2 minus x this side, and then here we're going to add x plus 3. What we do on the denominator, you will do on the numerator as well. So we will have 5 times x plus 3 over, not x plus 3, sorry, 2 minus x, because we're adding what is not this side. We're adding this because it's not this side. And then here we will have x plus 3 times 2 minus x minus 3 times x plus 3 into 2 minus x plus 3, right? So we just want to have what is common on the denominator. So the denominators are the same. Now we can say the denominator is x plus 3 and 2 minus x, and then here we have 5 and 2 minus x minus 3 into x plus 3. So here we are. We will multiply that. We still have x plus 3 at the bottom. We still have 2 minus x here. So 5 times 2, that is 10. 5 times negative x, that's negative 5x. Minus 3 times x, that will be 3x. And then negative 3 times 3, and that will be minus 9. Right? So we'll still have x plus 3 here and 2 minus x. So we'll add the like terms. That is negative 5 minus 3. That's negative x. And then we have 10 minus 9. That's 1. That's 1. Let's redo the negative 5 minus 3. That's negative 8. 1 minus 8x. So we can try to factorize this. This is x plus 3, 2 minus x. Well, we cannot factorize any further here, so this will be the answer. Now let's move on to 1.2.3. all right, so 1.2.3, we have 25 to the power of negative x times 15 to the power of x plus 1 all over 3 to the power of x 5 to the power of negative x. This is what we have. Now here is that you have to simplify everything. Everything has to be as simplified as ever. So 15 can also be written as 3 times 5, and this 25 can be written as maybe 5 to the power of 2. We can write this 25s, but we just have to break it. You see the small numbers that you see, these are the bigger ones on top. These are the smaller ones, which means you have to make this bigger ones have these small numbers, right? So this is the trick of this type of sum if it is given to you in an exam. So let's do the next step. This is 2. I said we can write this as 5 to the power of 2 to the power of negative x. This we can write it as 5 times 3 to the power of x plus 1. We can write this as 3x. There is still like that, it's small. We don't have to do anything to it. So here this 2 will multiply. We have 5 to the power of, it's negative 2x times 3 to the power of x plus 1, and here we have 5 to the power of x plus 1. What has applied here, 3 to the power of x and then 5 to the power of negative x, is exponential rules. So here it's an exponent question for grade 10. We no longer do it like we did in grade 8 or 9. This is how we do it now. So you have to apply those rules here. So this is what we have. So the exponential rule says when the bases are the same and you have a division sign in between, you minus the exponents. But when the bases are the same and you have a multiplication sign in between, you add your exponents. So the multiplication rule says when the bases are the same and you have a division sign in between, you minus the exponents. But when the bases are the same and you have a multiplication sign in between, you minus the exponents. So I don't know whether my camera was recording or not, but we started here and I said that we had 25. We have to break this 25 and 15 into small numbers. Now this one's at the bottom will kind of guide you where you have to go. So we can just write this 25 as 5 to the power of 2. We can write this 15 as 5 times 3. This is how we got here. And then this exponent will times, and we have negative 2x, 5 to the power of negative 2x. Now 5 times this exponent will apply for this, and it will apply for this 5 and apply for this 3 as well. So that is how I ended up writing them like that. So it doesn't matter even if 5 comes here or 3 comes here, it really doesn't matter. And then we have this ones at the bottom here. Now as those rules apply, we have 3 5s and multiplication here, 2 5s, sorry. We can add those exponents. So the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna take 1 5, because when the bases are the same, you can add the exponents, and then you will start with negative 2x plus x, which is this x, and plus 1, which is this 1, right? So what you are going to do then, yeah, it's 2x, right? And here you have, yeah, and that will be times 3 to the power of x plus 1. Yes, you need to add x here and then minus x there. So this will all be over 3 to the power of x, 5 to the power of negative x. And now we have 5 and 5 and 3 and 3. And we say when the bases are the same, sorry. We are going to do this one now. Yeah, I went ahead because I have the answer on my head. I just did it. So we have this as you have it. Then here we are. Now when the bases are the same and you have a division sign in between, you minus the exponents. And this one and this one as well. So here, that's when we're going to have 5 negative 2x plus x plus 1, and then minus this x, and then we have 3x plus 1, and then minus this x. So negative 2 plus x, let's say in the calculator you have negative 2 plus 1, that's negative 1 here, and then negative 1 minus 1, negative, yeah, here we're gonna have negative 1, or let's do this, x1 plus negative 1, that is 0. Both of this are 0. So we'll have negative x, negative 2x plus x minus x, and that will give us 0. So we will be left with this 1. That will be 5 to the power of 1. Then we'll have 3x minus this x. Then you will have 3 to the power of 1. So 5 to the power of 1 times 3 to the power of 1, that is 15. And that is your answer. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next video.